you say?
Sure.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today is episode number 02. And hi, I'm Patrick, and this is...
I'm Gail.
And this is A&P Talk About, of course. And we're here today, and we're going to talk about a rather interesting topic today. Now, I know Abby had some apprehensions about it at first, but I got to tell you, I've been thinking about it, and I think it's going to work just fine. So, today, our topic is called stinking. Now, I know that might seem a little weird, and I got to admit, it's not the kind of stinking you're thinking about. It's got nothing to do with smell. Now, I know if this could be considered, because it could be that bad, the most stinking show we've ever seen, but honestly, the first one we did on poo would probably stunk more than this one will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, my first part of this topic was the fact that why can't you just take something like the word stinking and use it? Because we use it all the time. Now, maybe you don't think about it that way, but let me give you a small example. Okay, now I know, Abby, that you love doing homework, but when it's, see, she's got that look on her face. So, when you get an assignment and it's time to hand it in and your mother says she wants it by 4 o'clock when she gets home, what do you say to her when you give it to her? I'm done. Here's your stinking homework. See, that's the whole point. See, now she's starting to get it. So, my thought is yeah, we can talk about it, because when you do an assignment, at first it might seem interesting, but as it gets longer and more deeply involved, it becomes a stinking assignment. And so, yeah, see? And so, or if you're reading a book and it's really hard to read, it's possible it becomes a stinking book, because you just want to get the stinking thing finished. So, there is a good reason to talk about this topic, as I was thinking before. Now, this morning, it just so happened that I got in my car, which isn't a stinking car, by the way. I like my Mazda. But I had to go to stinking work because it's Friday. Nobody wants to work on Friday. They want to go home. So you just want to get the stinking thing done and go out of here. So, obviously, we're home now and we're doing our video, and we're so glad to have you with us. But, so tell me something in your life that's stinking.
Stinking school.
Yeah.
Stinking work.
Yes.
Stinking problems.
Stinking problems. I hate stinking problems.
What else?
Now tell me a stinking problem in particular.
Well, I have some. I don't have too many problems, but some of them are
that she knows of.
Some of them are kind of personal, so I'm not really sure if I should say this on here, but I do have a little bit of mental problems. And that could be a stinking problem too, because it is kind of hard to work with sometimes.
Yeah. Because don't you find it interesting that all of us have a little bit of mental problems to begin with? But some people seem to think that some other people's mental problems are more stinking than other people's problems. And then when people tell you, well, gee, you have a stinking mental problem, well, then that just really stinks. It's not very good. Why can't normal be anything? Stinking or not stinking? It doesn't matter.
But I once read a quote that said that normal was just a setting on the washing machine.
Hey, now I like that, right? And the whole point is you stick the stinking clothes in and they come out fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I thought you said this wouldn't have anything to do with smell.
Oh. Did I say that? See, this topic just stinks. But seriously, folks, as if we could be serious, you know, there's lots of problems. I mean, the fact is, for instance, Abby has lots of gas problems. Trust me, she's the worst in the house, right?
Yeah, I do fart a lot.
Oh, I wish she wouldn't have said that. Anyways, but it's not like guys do it. I never do. She does it all the time.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I do say it, but I always say sorry after I say it. It's
That's true.
Not saying anything at all.
I'm just kidding. We all have these kind of issues. I mean, take Jack, for instance, our dog. He has some stinking issues too occasionally. And you just never know where that's going to go. Yeah. So, I just thought I'd get that out of the way. You know, I didn't want you to think that this video, you know, just stinks, because it does. But still, you never know. So, have you ever gone to a movie and you said, I love that stinking movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a little ironic considering that if you say it stinks, it usually means it sucked.
Yeah. Oh, but not necessarily, because, I mean, people use that word, right? Like they say stinking cops. Or they say stinking movie, or... But you could say, man, that thing, it was stinking hot. And that could actually be a good thing. Or you could say, that thing really stinks, and it was really bad. But, yeah, so it all depends on how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you could say that I'm stinking tired. What doesn't mean anything about smell, it just means you're tired. And on a Friday afternoon after working at my stinking job all day, I am stinking tired when I get home. Yeah, yeah. That'd be like you. You do your homework all day and then you have to do your papers at night. You've got to be stinking tired.
Well, I am kind of tired, but school's mostly mentally tired, not physically tired.
I mean, I remember a time, Abby wanted to stay up because she was watching the Olympics and she wanted to see the stinking Spice Girls, which took a long stinking time to come on, I might add. But the whole time, she kept saying, I'm so stinking tired. She couldn't handle it anymore. It's true.
Yeah.
And then after the Spice Girls went on for about like 2 minutes, what did you do?
I went, yee!
And then she went to bed.
Yeah.
Because she was tired. Yeah. So, you know, there's lots of things. I mean, we could talk about stinking politicians, but we don't have that much time. We could talk about, you know, stinking taxes, or we could talk about stinking food, but that's kind of weird because really, food's really good no matter what you get, unless you get bad food, but then it's stinking.
Yeah.
But usually it's only stinking when it's like either rotten or been in the fridge too long, or those kind of things. What's the worst thing you ever had with that? With food? Can you think of anything in particular?
Well, the only really revolting thing that's involved with food or drink is coffee.
Yeah? You don't like coffee?
No.
She thinks it's stinking gross.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Don't say don't knock until you try it, because I have tried it.
And she's knocking it. Like me, when it comes to something like tofu. It stinks! Well, actually it doesn't smell that great either, but I tell you, they said put it with something, it doesn't work. Oh, I don't like it. Have you ever had tofu?
No.
No, don't even go there on that. Worst thing that ever happened to me once, and I thought this was just awful, is my stinking father. He has this thing about, he's a carpenter, right? So he needs to put glue in something. So he finds a mayonnaise squirt bottle and he fills it full of glue and he takes it to work. Yeah, well, which would be fine if you just use it for gluing. But my stinking dad put it on the stinking table, and I was stinking hungry. And so I went and sucked on it a little bit, and I had glue all in my mouth, and I was not stinking happy about it, I'm telling you.
Oh boy, one of your most infamous incidents in your life?
Oh, it was awful. So like I was saying, you can use a word like stinking or something else, and you can talk about it for a few minutes. Why not? It's possible. So anyways, I just wanted to end today with a small rant, and we'll go on to it further next time. So this is kind of like a prologue or preview to our next video.
Yeah.
But this one is on comic book movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have a stinking issue with them, and I gotta tell you. But,
he does.
So, just for a small taste of it, we are talking about the new stinking Batman movie, which I was so excited to go to because I thought, well, this is going to be great. It's number 3. But quite honestly, it stunk. I didn't like it at all. Oh, it was awful. But anyway, so next time when we get together, we're going to talk about comic book movies, specifically, aka Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, and all the other ones that are out there. So, well, I guess until then, you don't stink, we do, and this is Patrick, and this is
Abigail.
And we say bye, have a great week.
Peace off.